Eroll, congratulations. You've got the 3 belts.
Thank you. It means a lot, man. It means a lot fighting in my hometown in front of my family, my friends, and everybody else who support me. These are my #1 fans right here that came out and supported me. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps and I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Eroll, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you. Man down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
Walks out. But listen to Terrence Crawford, who didn't know he was there.
Eroll Spence was right there watching this fight. As soon as the stoppage happened, he walked out. What was your message to Eroll Spence tonight?
He was at my fight?
Yeah.
Now that boy said he wasn't gonna he don't never be at my fights, but now he at my fights. Well, you see what I did, compared to what he did. So
I don't give a damn how you slice, cut, manipulate, and flip this damn excuse. This was not a good look from goddamn Eroll Spence, who y'all call Big Fish. I like Eroll Spence, but I did not like this reaction to seeing that Terrence Crawford stopped Sean Porter, and then for him to not even make his way to the ring. Crawford didn't even know he was there, like I stated. And then this guy just left the arena. He walked out. That was not a good look, Earl.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps and I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
Thanks for the joke.
Right. Because you're not actually worth shit without a Terrence Crawford fight. Right. I mean, yeah, you're going to go off to, fight Keith Thurman. That was well overdue. Mm-hmm. You should have just left that alone. At what weight class? 54? What are you doing? Right. What are you doing? Right. You know what? You can go ahead and fight Blair to Flair. And you can get all the smoke. And you know what? I'll do it for cheap. Okay. I'll do it for cheap. And guess what? More people will stay tuned to that fight than the Terrence Crawford fight. Right. Because I'll promote it. And I'll knock your bitch ass off. Period. Period. I'll knock your little stupid bitch ass off so we can finally be done with your bullshit.
That is Blair the Flair Cobbs. Now, I don't know about him versus Eroll Spence being a more exciting or a more intriguing fight than Terrence Bud Crawford. But one thing he's not lying about is he will sell that fight. That's one thing I do like about Blair Cobbs. At least he understands the element of selling a fight, which I say can help a lot of people out. In the long run, he basically does all the promotion for you. But what he's talking about with Eroll Spence is basically what everybody is saying. Like, Eroll, what are you doing? You're having a pointless fight with Keith Thurman at 154. It doesn't lead anywhere. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't progress him in a 147-pound division. It doesn't help progress Keith Thurman. This fight is literally for nothing. This fight is literally because they're avoiding making the fight that they know that they should fight. This fight with Keith Thurman serves absolutely no purpose. Years ago, if they made the fight, then yeah, it would have been a good fight. But at this point in time, this is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to resumes and fighters and you fans that lobby for these guys. This is what I mean by, yeah, Keith Thurman got to name. But who was Keith Thurman at this point in his career? Is this a threat? You know what I'm saying? Is this a high-level fight? It's none of those things. That's where people have to understand that just because you chasing these big names don't mean that they was the fighter that they was when that name was created. So you're not even fighting a prime fighter. On top of the fight being pointless. On top of there's other fights that you can make that's way better. On top of Errol Spence said he was never going to fight Keith Thurman. All this. And all everybody's saying at the end of the day is, bro, what is you doing? If you don't want no part of what's going on in the 147-pound division, just straight up leave. Give the belts up. But you don't want to give the belts up. You don't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. You don't want to deal with these mandatories. You don't want to fight Keith Thurman. Well, what do you want to do? You don't want Bud to fight Charlo. Well, what do you want to do? That's what we all want to know. What do you want to do? What fight do you have lined up that's going to be bigger than Terrence Bud Crawford? If you do not have one, then what we're saying is, what are you doing? Man, at this point, do something or just retire. We know you don't want to box no more. We know this. But you holding up the division and pump faking and, you know what I'm saying, and doing all this stuff over there and acting like you too big for this and too big. If you too big and too good and too much of a star and you don't care and this, then just leave. So the rest of these guys can figure this stuff out, you know what I'm saying, and figure out where they want to be. But as of right now, you're doing the same thing that we said about Keith Thurman. And this is what I don't understand. Am I or are we doing something different to Errol Spence that we didn't do to Keith Thurman? Did we not flame Keith Thurman for the bullshit crap that he was doing, for clogging up the division, for not wanting to fight Errol Spence? Did we not jump on his head about that? I think we did. So naturally, when Errol Spence gets in that position, why is it such a shocker that people are doing him or I'm treating him like we treated Keith Thurman? That doesn't make no sense. We keeping it even over here. But y'all want special treatment because, and this is the other thing, I don't even get what y'all are so infatuated about Errol Spence for. He doesn't have a personality. He's not charismatic. He's not, so all this love for Errol Spence and like, I don't get it. I really don't. What has he done to make you fall in love with him so much? I really just don't get it at the end of the day. And that's basically all Blair Cobbs is saying, you know, and say what you want. You can say what you want about him, just like you can say what you want about me. But at the end of the day, you know what you can't say? That anybody has lied on him, especially from coming over here. That's my thoughts on this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.